Good evening. Welcome to EmoNews every moment online. In tonight's headlines, Education Ministry unveils busy Term 2 agenda as schools reopen. Rotaract Club of Roseau unveils Carnival Princess 2026 contestants. Grenada dominates Dominica in WICB Women's T20. Afi Fletcher shines. And UN expressed deep concern over Venezuela crisis and US military action. Details of these stories and more coming up next. Stay with us.
Carnival is girls and rum and vibes and rhythm on the road, on the road, on the road, on the road. Leave your stress at your home and don't bring it on the road, on the road, on the road, on the road. Girl, I don't care if you have a man, we don't need jobs, or we party as one. I don't care if you have a man. What happens stays the party, party, party. What happens stays the party, party, party. What happens? Blast Gaming presents its biggest job whatever. Blast Mystery Progressive. I'm so excited, I can't hide it. In you blast up and rising, and I like it. It going up and up and up and up and up. Blast up and up and up and up and up and up.
Play selected games to win in the Blast Mystery Progressive. Pick until you match 3 gems and win one of the 5 cash jackpots. Or you can blast up with the Mystery Progressive jackpot.
It going up and up and up and up and up. Blast up and up and up. Blast Gaming.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and this is a news broadcast for the 6th of January, 2026. In local news this evening, the Ministry of Education has welcomed back teachers, principals, and students for the start of Term 2, while praising parents and educators for a successful first term.
I want to commend our parents and our teachers, our principals on a very successful Term 1. We saw so many things happening at school in Term 1. It was unbelievable. This term is going to be just as busy. We will have training this term in science and mathematics and differentiation for our teachers. That's what we'll be focusing on this term. The differentiation is very important because we need to teach teachers, especially those who are just entering the classrooms now that you are new, not so many years experience, to how to individualize instruction and also how to plan and deliver lessons to cater for the different learning styles.
The ministry also outlined a packed calendar of activities for students, including 4-H programs, entrepreneurship development, and national observances.
Also, we will see our students partake in a number of 4-H activities to include the Entrepreneurship Development Program, an introduction to entrepreneurship. With our students, we will see that going on this term and the observation of Black History Month in February. We will also observe International Women's Day, Girls' Day, in science. So we will have activities in science, especially for our girls. And of course, a number of schools will be taking part in carnival activities, and some of the visual performing arts program will include different aspects of costume building. So that should also be very colorful at our schools. We will also have the Creole choral speech for secondary schools, and the Francophonie activities will be observed.
She also announced Dollar Day on March 21st in support of the Education Trust Fund and confirmed a 25% salary increase for early childhood educators, approved by Cabinet and retroactive to December.
This term on the 21st of March is Dollar Day for Trust Fund, and I encourage people to start planning early so you'll have your dollar on the 21st of March to make your contribution towards the Education Trust Fund. The early childhood educators this term will see a 25% increase in their salary. This was approved in cabinet, and it's supposed to take effect as of December 1, but I think by the end of this month they will get the money for December and January. So we are happy that our early childhood educators will receive this increase.
The minister further noted that a review of the Dominica State College will begin this term, along with the procurement of first aid kits for schools and protective equipment for TVET students. She also confirmed plans to establish a national PTA and National Student Council. She concluded by encouraging students to remain focused and reaffirmed that student safety remains the ministry's top priority.
I want to say to our students, continue to put your best foot forward, even as we provide everything you need to do well. All you need to do is go to school and learn. Everything is taken care of. So I wish everyone a happy term this term. And God bless you. Jesus loves you and I love you too. And above all, student safety is our priority.
The Rotaract Club of Roseau has officially introduced the 3 young contenders for Carnival Princess 2026. Chanel Benjamin of Woodfordale Primary School, sponsored by Morency and Sons. Ariana Challenger of Paybush Primary School, sponsored by the Stephen Parboy Thomas Foundation and Belle La Vie Villa. And Fanaye Shillingford of Bagatelle Primary School, sponsored by Springfield Trading. Fans are invited to show their support on Sunday, February 1, 2026, from 3 p.m. at Carnival City. The Dominica Music Awards DMA 2025 celebrated a night of recognition and national pride on January 3, 2026 at the Intercontinental Dominica Cabrits Resorts and Spa, bringing together artists, producers, cultural leaders, and music lovers to honor excellence in Dominican music. Sean Shillingford, awarded Engineer of the Year, thanked fans for their votes and support, noting that the work of engineers often goes unnoticed.
Sean Dressel.
A very hard-working engineer. Congratulations.
Actually, most of. Thank you very much, everyone. I have to say that I must give thanks to God because, without him, I would never have the energy to be able to do what I do, or the blessing. And thanks to everybody who voted. I really appreciate that. To be honest, I really appreciate people taking the time to vote for people like me in my area, because sometimes that vote goes unseen. A lot of people see the lights, camera, and the action, and they don't know how much more, how much do they? So thank you very much, and I appreciate it. Kelson, we're always together, so it's us.
Sheba Bell, mother of award-winning artist Ridge, apologized for her son's absence and expressed gratitude to all stakeholders supporting Dominican music. She described the award as a proud moment and proof of Ridge's talent.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I want to apologize for my son. He's stuck in St. Lucia. He was scheduled to arrive here, but we all know what happened, so he could not come. So you have to bear with me. On behalf of my son, I would like to thank Dominica Music Awards, the judges, and everyone who continues to support Dominica and Dominican music. A special thank you to the fans who listened and who made it possible for him to be a winner. As a mother, this moment means a lot to me. I watched my son work tirelessly for years, late nights, early mornings, and plenty noise in the house. The walls used to shake, and sleep was optional. but his determination never wavered. Through the sacrifices, the doubts, and the hard work, he never gave up on his dream or his love for music and Dominica. This award is proof of his persistence, his discipline, and his talent. I am extremely proud of the artist he has become and the man he is today. Thank you all for believing in him. Thank you for voting for him. Thank you for honoring him. Thank you very much.
Ridge received multiple honors, including Kadas Lipso Song of the Year with Chubby and Producer of the Year for his work at More Siwo Studio. Congratulations to Ridge and Sean Shillingford. And finally, in local news, the National Bank held its third sweepstake draw at Esmat Supermarket. It was an exciting morning for the family who won the shopping spree. Vernell Fergus was the lucky winner, while her husband, Danny Fergus, did the shopping. Customers were required to sign up for a loan or a credit card to be eligible to win. A National Bank representative briefly addressed the public.
So far the campaign has been great. A number of persons are recognizing the need and the importance to have a credit card. And if you made it to 2026 and you do not have a credit card, now is the time to have a credit card, because we're in 2026. It's a convenient tool for traveling, for emergencies. Alright, so we want to encourage all of you can be just like our lucky winner here. We have Mr. Brown, we have Mr. McNamara. We still have one more sweepstake to do, so that could be you. All you have to do is visit any one of our branches, Portsmouth, Kingfield, or 2 branches in Roseau, to express your interest, or you can call us on 255-2337, and you can apply for a credit card or a personal loan. It's a very important financial product that you should tap into in 2026.
Let's hear from the couple.
What were you thinking when you were shopping today?
The next couple months, and she'll child the vegetable in school, so you have the first snack or food, and picking up bleach, and so all these things we have to months for months.
Your mind was on the family. I love that. Let's talk that. His mind was on the family. Let's talk that, right? Right. How do you feel about your husband's shopping spree today?
Oh, he did a fantastic job. I'm so happy of what he did.
He's getting a little something extra later. And a little bit of cheese.
Let's see that off camera, please.
I think I'm going to do the cheese later. Wonderful. Congratulations to both of you. And thank you again for taking advantage of the National Bank of Dominica promotion. We're so happy for you. We want you guys.
And that's all for local news this evening. Stay tuned for regional news coming up next.
We're at the different phases in life. We move at a different pace. All we need is to be supported. Cause when the baby's coming, business needs revamping, the new job starting, and you need an outfit. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up. The wedding's planning, rent due dates coming. Momentum is your support financing. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up.
And now for regional news. A 3-level crop protection training program will begin on January 26 to strengthen knowledge and practical skills in pest management across the food production and processing sector. The 6-week self-paced online program is offered through a partnership between the CARICOM Secretariat, CADI, and COLEAD. It targets farm managers, producers, nursery operators, service providers, and agricultural trainers. The training covers 3 levels: introductory, intermediate, and advanced, progressing from basic crop protection concepts to advanced integrated pest management strategies. Participants will learn to identify pests and diseases, understand pest dynamics, and apply sustainable methods to improve farm and post-harvest yields. The program aims to support safer, more effective, and sustainable agricultural practices across the region. Farmers in Region 9, Guyana, are earning new income after successfully selling more than 2,000 pounds of mangoes to a local agro-processor in January 2026. The shipment, sourced from farmers in Lethem and Toka villages, is the first under a government-led initiative aimed at strengthening food security and creating sustainable market opportunities for hinterland farmers. Regional Chairwoman Vanya Albert says plans are already in place for additional shipments and for expanding the program to include more villages across the region. The initiative addresses long-standing challenges faced by farmers whose produce often goes to waste due to limited access to reliable markets. President Dr. Mohammed Irfin Ali has reaffirmed the government's commitment through the Ministry of Agriculture to support farmers by securing markets and increasing agricultural production as Region 9 continues to see major development. And finally, in regional news, the government of Antigua and Barbuda has clarified that it has not entered into any binding or secret agreement with the United States to accept deportees or refugees. Officials say discussions involve only a non-binding memorandum, similar to arrangements considered by many countries, which allows Antigua and Barbuda full discretion to reject any individuals and sets no quotas with a maximum consideration of up to 10 non-criminal vetted refugees per year. The government emphasized that sovereignty, border control, and national security remain fully intact and that the talks reflect normal diplomatic cooperation, including ongoing discussions on visa and biometric matters with the United States. And that's all for regional news. Stay tuned for international news coming up next. And now for international news. At a daily press briefing on Monday, January 5, 2026, the United Nations said it was deeply concerned about the situation in Venezuela following recent U.S. military action in the country. Addressing the Security Council, remarks delivered on behalf of the Secretary General by Under Secretary General Rosemary DiCarlo highlighted concerns about rising instability in Venezuela, its potential regional impact, and the precedent set by the use of military force. The Secretary General stressed that international law and the UN Charter prohibit the use of force against the sovereignty and territorial integrity of any member state. The UN reiterated its call for inclusive, democratic dialogue among Venezuelan actors and urged the international community to act in solidarity and respect international law to prevent further escalation. On the humanitarian front, the Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA, reported that conditions in Venezuela remained dire, with approximately 7.9 million people, more than a quarter of the population, needing urgent assistance. The UN noted that humanitarian efforts continued despite severe funding shortfalls, with last year's response plan receiving only 17% of the required funding. During the briefing, UN spokesperson Stefan Dujarric clarified that the United Nations does not recognize governments, but expressed concerns that international law may not have been respected during the January 3 military intervention. He emphasized that the UN's role remained rooted in upholding the Charter, international law, and humanitarian principles. The UN said it would continue monitoring the evolving situation in Venezuela, including potential impacts on regional security, civilian safety, and economic activity. Irish Prime Minister Michael Martin met with Chinese Premier Li Qiang in Beijing after talks with President Xi Jinping. As part of a visit focused on strengthening economic ties, China said it is interested in expanding cooperation with Ireland in areas such as aircraft leasing, healthcare, green energy, and artificial intelligence. Martin said beef exports and dairy tariffs were key priorities for Ireland, though these were not mentioned in China's official statement. The discussions come amid wider trade tensions between China and the European Union, with Ireland continuing to advocate for open and fair trade. And finally, on the international scene, at least 16 people have died following flash floods triggered by days of heavy monsoon rain in Indonesia's North Sulawesi province. Rivers burst their banks early Monday, sending fast-moving floods of mud and debris through villages, sweeping away homes and residents. More than 680 people have been displaced, with dozens of houses destroyed or damaged. Rescue teams, supported by police and the military, are continuing search efforts for 3 missing persons as flood waters recede. Local authorities have declared a 2-week emergency response and are warning residents to remain alert as further rainfall could lead to more flooding or landslides. And that's all for the international news this evening. Stay tuned for the sports segment coming up next. Welcome to the sports segment. An unforgettable finish at Arnos Vale as St. Vincent and the Grenadines outlasted Dominica in a tense Super Over showdown in the Windward's Women's T20. St. Vincent and the Grenadines recovered from early wickets to post 138 for 7, thanks to steady contributions from Chanel Mackie and Janilia Glasgow. Dominica looked in control during the chase, led by a commanding 51 from skipper Anisha Fontaine, before a late collapse swung momentum back to the hosts. With 16 needed off the final over, Abini Seja forced a tie with a boundary of the last ball, sending the match into the tournament's first Super Over. Dominica posted 7 for 1, but Janilia Glasgow responded with 2 boundaries, guiding St. Vincent to victory with a delivery to spare. St. Vincent and the Grenadines win in the Super Over. And now for some basketball action. News coming in from the Neville Moose Pair Basketball Tournament in Marigot. In Game 1, Sunrise secured a 42-33 victory over the 767 Sports Club Ballers, booking their place in the second round of the competition. Top scorers for Sunrise: Ethan Boland, 15. Cody Hamlet, 10. Top scorers for 767 SC: McNeil Joseph, 12. Jacob Barry, 12. Also, Dr. Daru Falcons faced Marigot Warriors, with Falcons winning big with 76 points to Warriors 49. Top scorers for Falcons: Zach Bastian with 25 points. Yawani Regis, 20 points. Top scorers for Warriors: Ajihad Henry, 26. Danny Harriet, 11. Upcoming games this Sunday will be Pebush Eagles facing Dr. Daru Falcons, and Game 2, Marigot Sunshine versus BAA Sharks, all coming up this Sunday, the 11th of January. And that wraps up the sports segment this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Met Service. And this brings us to the end of tonight's news broadcast for the 6th of January, 2026. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and on behalf of the entire newscast, we say thank you for viewing. This is Emo Nightly News, every moment online. Good night.